Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Coffee here, and today I'm so super excited to show this to you guys. So the folks over at Caydo were so happy with our last video. They asked could they send out something else to show you guys, and of course I said yes because you guys came out and showed out with that last video we did for Caydo. So huge thank you to you guys for that. Now this next video, again for our crafters, but we're looking at our fiber artists this time. So what did they send us this time, you guys? I'm so super excited about this. They sent us an electric yarn winder. Now, for those folks that do the fiber arts and you're like, I have a manual winder and I wished I could have an electric one. Well, Caydo has you covered. So huge thank you to the folks over at Caydo for sending this out to us. And again, it is an electric yarn winder. I'm excited to see how this works because I've always had a manual yarn winder, and where I don't mind it, the gears sometimes scare me and whatever because, you know, if they break, then it's over for the winder. So I'm excited to see how this one works. So we're going to go ahead and crack into it. And as you can see, I haven't even opened it yet. Like, I got it out of its packaging, but I haven't opened it yet. So we're going to go ahead and open it together so you can see what comes inside. So when you open the box, immediately I'm seeing my instructions, and I'm seeing pieces. I'm seeing a little screwdriver. I'm seeing a cord. And of course, I'm seeing the yarn winder. Now, I'm not sure if it comes in different colors. This is the color that was sent to me. So I have pink, and there's the top where you put the yarn on. Here is the major mechanism for it. And then fold it up in here. So it's packaged very nicely to keep it from harm from shipping. So, hold on, Daisy's barking. All right, sorry about that. So we have this piece here, and then we have this main mechanism here. It's very pretty, like pastel-y pink. It's so cute. And then of course we have this part here, which I know the yarn goes into because again, I've had a yarn winder for many years, but it's manual, and surprisingly, it's lasted as long as it has. But an electric yarn winder could make things go a lot quicker. So then we have this rocket ship piece, and I know this is where you like stick the yarn and stuff. So like, problem is, how do you put that in there? Like, oh. Well, there's that. I got that part in there. So the rocket ship parts are on the outside, so that you have these little lips here that go in the grooves here. So you just put them in the groove like that, and then twist it. And that will tighten it in there so that it can't move. Now, of course, this does hang on to your desk, so that's what this part here is for. And then we have this part here, and I'm seeing a little lever here, so I'm going to guess this probably goes in here. Yep, it goes in there, and of course, you're going to put the screw in there. It does have an on and off switch, and then I'm not sure what that plus symbol is for. So let's see. So let's grab our screwdriver and our nail. You know, I should probably look at the instructions. Let's see what the instructions tell me to do, because maybe I'm putting something in here incorrectly. So there is a QR code to scan to go to a video on how to put it together, I'm guessing, and how to use it. So it shows you the 3 pieces. It shows you the screw and the screwdriver. It looks like I did have it going in correctly. So it does go in the way I did, and then you just put the screw in there. They give you 3 screws, but you only need 1. You only need 1. And then what else is it telling us? It tells us how to put the yarn piece in there. Yarn diameter, 8 millimeters. Oh, so it tells us how to thread it. It tells us how to thread it. Okay, so we got all that. So, pretty easy to put together if you have never worked with one of these. So there is, we're going to take this piece out so I can lay it down flat. So we're going to put this in there. And remember, I got nails on, so if I can do this with nails on, you got this. There we go. And then we're just going to tighten that down in there. Do you have a yarn winder? That's a question for the video. Do you have a yarn winder? If you do, Is it electric or is it manual? Write that down in the comment sections if you got this far in the video and you're watching me screw this screw into the thing here. So we're just going to keep that going until it's nice and tight. All right, we got that in there. Now we can put this piece back in here. And because it's electric, of course, you will have to plug it up. And of course, I took my USB thing away so that whatever. Okay, so now that's the part that you put the yarn and wind it up through there and through there, and then like, yeah. So I'm gonna show you this. I'm not sure how, but I'm gonna show you this. Let me see here. Right now, I'm trying to get it on the table. You're gonna see my pajama pants. You'll be fine. All right, so we're gonna get it on the table here, and we're gonna tighten the bolt at the bottom to get it to be tight on the table so it doesn't move. Because of course, when you're doing yarn, you don't want the thing to move because it'll mess up your cake while you're trying to make it. So we're gonna tighten this to the table. I was worried I wasn't going to have enough of a lip on the table on this side, but apparently I do. All right, so it's nice and on there. Okay, so now we're going to thread it, okay? Now we're going to thread it. So we're going to find that end piece, which is over here. And it looks like, let me move this over. Here we go. It looks like it goes up through the hole back here. So I'll show you. It goes up through that hole at the bottom and then goes around this, goes in through here, around. I don't know if you have to turn it on there though. Like, do you have to twist it on there or do you just put it on there? Let's see. Let's look at our instructions. It shows it going up. It just shows it on there. It doesn't show it wound around there. So let's try that. So we're going to just try putting it on there and then putting it on here. All right. So we got it threaded, but does it work? So I have my USB right here. And we're going to take this out of its little thing here. I went and got my charge block. So we're going to connect the charge block with the USB. Or if you have one of the outlets that has a USB, obviously you can use that. I'm going to plug this in. Going to make sure this is, I don't know, on, off. We're going to plug it in. So it's plugged in. Look at that. Oh. Then I'm going to guess if you want it to go faster, you turn it up. Yo, look at that. That's so cool. Oh my God. And I have it pulling from this sparkly Red Heart metallic yarn. Look at that. It's doing it all by itself. Look, Mom, no hands. That is so cool. Look at that. If you guys are in the market for a good yarn winder, it is nice and sturdy. It is super quiet. Like, I was expecting it to be a little bit louder than it is. I'm going to shut up now so you can actually hear how loud it is. Do you hear that, like, soft hum? That is from the yarn winder. It's not super loud, so this is something that you can do at night without having to worry about waking up everybody in your house. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. And of course you can slow it down. You don't have to worry about how hard or what your tension is while you're doing it because it does it on its own. So turning the knob to the left or to the right will speed it up. Turning it to the left will slow it down and turn it off. Oh my gosh, do you know how much easier this is going to make life? Okay, so if you don't have a yarn winder and you've been in the market or thinking about getting one, consider getting this one. And I'm pretty sure they gave us a discount code. Look in the description box for your discount code if you would like to get yourself one of these really awesome yarn winders, because this is amazing. Look at how big the cake is. And it's not even done. So, like, we're going to see how it does when I turn it off. Look at, okay, let's get it to turn this way. Look at that. And then you would just pull this part out and lift it off, and you have yourself a yarn cake. But I want to see if it'll do the entire cake. There's a lot of it left. So let's see if it'll do the entire cake on here, because this is a normal size hank of yarn. So I want to see if it'll do the entire thing, because if you have a manual like I do, it can't do an entire thing like this. It gets way too heavy for it, and then it kind of starts to jam up a little bit. So I want to see if it'll do the entire hank of yarn. If for some reason you happen to lose screws to keep your tension bar in, it does come with the extra screws, so you want to make sure you keep those in a safe place. So I'm going to put these away now. Y'all, look, it's almost done. Now, it's probably going to get a little bit choppy here towards the end, because if you already know, y'all. Okay, let's turn it off before it gets messy. See, it's already starting to, like, whatever. Look at that. Oh, my God, that's amazing. Okay, so we're going to pull it from the center. We're going to pull that part off. Pull it out. Y'all, look at the cake. Look at the cake. Look at my cake. Look at my cake, okay? And of course, you can move this out of the way by just untwisting this part at the bottom. We're going to untwist that part so it's not attached to the table. We're just going to slide it over. Look at that. It did an entire ball of our hank of yarn into a cake. So this is considered a cake. And you would just draw from the center to work on it, which is why you want to be careful to make sure you don't lose your centerpiece. You just pull from the center and it'll unravel that way. This machine is going to change my fiber arts life. I've been recently getting back into my fiber arts era, and this could not have come at a better time. So huge thank you to the folks over at Caydo for sending this out to us. Huge thank you to you for watching. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you are interested in getting this particular yarn winder, please check out the description box, where it's going to have the link to getting this electrical yarn winder and a discount code for you to be able to get it. Huge thank you to the folks over at Caydo again for that. So with that said, this gets 2 big old thumbs up from Miss Coffee. This is amazing. It's not super big, and of course, if you want to put it away, it's something that you can easily put away. Even if you take this bar off, you just have to unscrew that part right there, and it does come with extra screws in case you lose them. You can have it plugged in or take it out. I just have it in like one of these like cell phone charge blocks, and it worked perfectly fine. If you have one of the surge protectors that has the USB built in, you can use the surge protector as well, of course, and it gives you everything you need. I was able to put that together and everything in less than 10 minutes, okay? We were already making our first ball or our first cake of yarn in less than 10 minutes, okay? That's how good this product is. So if you have a bunch of yarn that you're trying to get organized and clean up your craft room, this is a must-have. Absolutely recommend. 10 out of 10 from Miss Coffee. So again, huge thank you to you folks for watching. Huge thank you to the folks over at Caydo for the discount code and offering this out to us. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Always remember to be kind to others, because you never know what somebody else is going through. Be courteous, because it's the right thing to do. And always stay cool. And whether I see you in YouTube land or I see you over on Twitch, either way, I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.